Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is long overdue. I have had these things in this basket for far too long, and I keep it on my desk because I'm like, I'll do this video next, and then I don't. And I just filmed a video that I filmed this look actually, and I said, let me go ahead and get this makeup off. And I said, nope, I most certainly am not. I'm going to do this video. So, these are some palettes, things that I wish that I did not spend money on. Now, if any of these, and I don't remember, came in a subscription box or that I purchased off of the, whatever they're called, drop shops, this, that, or the other, regardless, at some point, money came out of my pocket to get these things. So, without further ado, let's begin. The Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson palette collab. Absolutely stunning packaging. Bulky, yes. Aesthetic, on par. It really is a very unique and beautiful palette. If it was just a little bit more cohesive, you know, I think this row right here is just, it's the most versatile row for me. I mean, as you can see, I've used these shades. You know, I'm never going to use that shade. There's, no, it's just a palette that I could have gone without. But, I mean, I had the receipt, everything still in the box. But you live and you learn. So I have this. This came in a subscription box, but I know that this is a very expensive brand, and I really do enjoy Iconic London's things. This, very aesthetically pleasing. Get fingerprints on there a lot, and I so wanted to love this. I mean, a beautiful mirror, and it has 6 very emollient, creamy. You could use these for foundations, contour, bronze, highlight. You know, it's, what is it called? It's called a multi-use sculpting palette. And to me, it is a little too emollient. And I haven't got rid of this because I want to keep trying. I want to keep seeing if I can get this to work. I mean, I haven't even used this shade. Look, I did swatch it. I mean, it's very dark. I'm trying not to get it all over me. There we go. On that top, it's just very dark. But I mean, it just blends. It just takes a teeny tiny drop, and I have not mastered the full potential of this. So, but I regret that I got it in a box, because I could have gone without it. So there is that. And Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, this particular palette. Now, these are my tones. I mean, look at my arm. I mean, you can look at the look I've got on today, and, you know, tell these are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors, but they do not perform like they used to. They're, you know, just just such similar tones, you know, and the quality is not good anymore. I thought the pans had just dropped out. They didn't. Okay. Yeah, this one is gotta go. Declutter. And this might surprise y'all. The Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I wanted this palette so bad. So bad. And I ended up getting it. These shadows, while beautiful, this has got to be one of my most disappointing. This and the naughty, the naughty, the brown one. I was just not impressed at all like I wanted to be, you know. It's just a lot of pastel colors in it. They just don't, they're up here. They just don't swatch very good. And it's hard for me to really find a cohesive look. I mean, I used these are the mattes that I would use. This one, that one, that one. You know, yeah, you could take these two and create a look. It's just, this is not my cup of tea. This was me judging a book by its cover. Because once I opened it up, I was like, oh, no. This is not going to work for me very well. And it doesn't. But, you know, I like all of these palettes. I will try them one more time. It's kind of why I left them, you know, in the box. This Charlotte Tilbury, I think this is called the Icon palette. The Icon palette, yeah. Eyes to Hypnotize. And that's what this palette looks like. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful looking at it. They are very neutral, except for, you know, these three on the end. And that's a matte. You have there's two matte shades, three matte shades, excuse me. This one, and the black one. And these are pretty. They're nothing to write home about. I have two Pat McGrath palettes. I have this one as well. And those are the shades in that. I feel like I get I can create just a better look with this palette, because you have two mattes and the rest, you know, shimmers. Are these same shimmers in the rest of these palettes? Yeah. But I really do like this. But this is the bronze, and this is beautiful. Very beautiful. But I'm okay. I don't have anything on these fingers. These I still do. These four shades are beautiful. This shade, clean finger. This one, there's several in here. And was it that one? Yeah. So I swatched this one, that one, and that one. This is the payoff on my fingers that I got. And that's the very minimum that I got. This, and then I'm going to go in and swatch these, the special shades. Those are those 4. And this is those swatched. They may not show up as good because there's not a base for them to go on because they're toppers mainly. But those 4 shades, beautiful. But pretty much this side, up here, these neutral sides, I'm just not very impressed. And, you know, it could be this palette is expired. And the next one is the, I don't even know what it's called. It comes, the outer cartridge looks like that. And I don't have the outer one for this one. Now, this one has some beautiful shades in it as well. I mean, that multi-chrome right there is just, I don't know if you can see it, it's just spectacular. And some of the special shades. You know, you've got this shade in every palette, it seems. But, let me, I did it on the wrong hand. See, oh, that's so neat. It's green on my hand. I can't see what color it is on the, it's purple in the mirror. But when I turn it around, it's green. Oh, that's so, I love that. I love a color changing product. So I'm going to swatch these right here on my hand. So there's one, there's one, there's one, and there's one. I hope you can see it, but you know, obviously now it looks burgundy. That's so weird. These are very nice, but to me, they are not worth what we're paying for them. Absolutely not. You know, I've been seeing a lot lately in the news, people saying, you know, that Pat is getting similar in her shadows, and I really can't dispute that because I mean, not the special shades, but some of the mattes are kind of getting along that lines of similar tones. That's my opinion. You know, like, you have a couple of these coppers and the burgundy tones, you know, and you do have some versatility, but these are beautiful. But do I think that they're worth over $100? Heck no. Heck no. You know, this was definitely when I was working or getting an income purchase, and I still kick myself for getting it, but I did, and we're here. This is gonna surprise y'all. I know it is. Y'all know I love Sigma. I love every single palette that I own from Sigma, with the exception of this one. And I absolutely adore this creator, and Nook. she did a collaboration with Sigma. And this is a very pretty palette, but this is a very basic palette with the exception of the blues, the two blues here. I don't really know how it's set up. Is it set up, you know, like it quads? Like, is this a look? This a look? That, you know, that like the two grays are just so similar. You know, these two are so similar. These three are very similar. You know, and not that many shimmers in the palette. You've got that one, that one, that one. These two look alike. I was just, the mattes, I see what they did here, and I can appreciate that. It's just not a palette that I will reach for. And, you know, maybe I'll change my mind on that. I'm not getting rid of it. Next are these two Kaleidos palettes. I don't know what they're called. Futurism. And they look like, I have two of them. And they're cutesy. But realistically, I mean, how many times am I going to wear that? It's got a dual tone. And this one is more on the neutral side. You get a little mirror, but it's just very small. They look like the Profusion palettes to me. Nothing wrong with Profusion, but Profusion is a Walmart brand, is a brand sold at Walmart, and I'm getting better quality from that than I do these. And, you know, there are really pretty colors in there, but it's like this one. I mean, it's just not, I just was very disappointed in this, that there wasn't, I mean, this only has two shimmers in it. These two. I don't reach for it. First up is ColourPop Blush Crush. Then we have Nude Mood. Then we have Going Coconuts. If I had to keep any of these, I would probably keep I don't know which one I'll keep. These three palettes are so, these two more so than this one. But just look at that. I mean, they're the same tones almost. And I have this in, what is the palette called? Oh, Bare Necessities or You're Golden. I have several of those big, they're large eyeshadow palettes. And a shade just came out. I don't need these. I regret getting them. Damn it, one fell out of this one too. Now I really regret them because they're falling all to pieces. A few more I'm going to go through. The Revlon Enigma palette. Shoot. This is so tiny. I mean, getting a brush in here is... Okay, I'm going to use this brush. This is a brush that I use in the first step in my eye look. Now, if I wanted to do an eye look with this, here's the brush I would use. Let's pick up this red. Typically that wouldn't be my first color, but I've already got color laid down. So let's see how this. I always tap off. Let's put a little bit over here. The pan, I'm picking up some of that shade as I'm doing this. They are nice and they are pigmented. I mean, you guys see, but they're just not. I have palettes like this that don't require as much work to get into these shades. So with that, yeah, this is a regret. This palette, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. These were the clean, the CoverGirl clean palettes. Absolutely stunning. 4 shades, and these suckers are selling for almost 20 bucks at our drugstore here in town. And I'm just like, y'all have lost y'all's darn mind. These are nice, creamy, buttery. They are not worth what these drugstores are charging by any means. I mean, they're very chalky. This was way too much money for what you got. Let's see. This, I'd regret. I don't use it enough. And it's the Natasha Denona, the Diamond and Blush. This one was in the shade. If I can read it. Daria. 01 Daria. The concept is beautiful. I love that. The cream products are here and they're covered with a plastic lid. And yeah, again, you have your creams and then the corresponding powders. You know, so if you want to lay a cream blush down and then go in over it, you can. Yeah, there's the cream, and then you can set it with the powder. And I do like this, and I did get it at a steal, but it was definitely something I could have gone without and saved my money. No. This was purchased in a kit. It came with the clay face palette. It came with a brush. It came with a foundation that I thought I had up here. I do. The foundation is a little too dark, but too light to kind of use as a bronzer. So, I mean, it blended beautifully. You know, it doesn't feel dry. I know it's not on my face, but, you know, and it's in, you know. I think that might be good for body makeup, maybe. But, anyway, it came with this. And this was broken when it arrived. 2 shades have since broken out, and it's needs to find a different home, because while I absolutely love it, love it, it is just taking up space. The bronzer, I think I've used it, and I don't remember what I thought about it. Let's use my finger. Okay, well, no, let's don't use our finger. And okay, let's just pretend like that didn't happen. I'm just not impressed with it. I am with the smell, though. God, it smells amazing. And one size, their Visionary palette. This, I love the concept. I love how they did it so it's ergonomically correct, if that makes sense. But I wanted to love this palette. I really did. But for whatever reason, I cannot, for the life of me, create something with this that I'm happy with. I'm going to still play with it, but I see why there's a reason that it's like always half off on on Sephora. So there's that little tidbit. And I have a few more. I'm going to save the worst for last. This Wet n Wild palette. The Nautical Nonsense. And these look absolutely beautiful, but they are very dry. As with anything, I have these colors in other palettes. I'm just kind of haphazardly swatching. I'm not impressed with it at all. So it's going bye-bye. And this came in a subscription box, and I thought it was absolutely stunning, but I have not picked it up. And I think the last time I used this was during a painted pink, and I think, these two colors and maybe one of these were all that I used. I'm gonna give it another whirl. I do like Alamar Cosmetics. I have this, and I have a bronzer set, and I have an eyeshadow primer in Alamar, so I am gonna give this another go. And the final palette goes to Kiko Milano. This is the Smart eyeshadow palette. And that's what it looks like. Really cute, sleek. And comes with a foam tip applicator, and that's what the palette looks like. It is very much giving elf vibes. I'm going to show you on this arm. Okay. There's the palette up close. Has some mattes and some shimmers. So, let me swatch. Here's a dark one. Very chalky. Very chalky. This palette, I could absolutely not get it to do anything. Everything blended together. I mean, everything. The Charlotte Tilbury, I know. She's made her appearances in this video. This one is the Walk of No Shame. And this one is the Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette, Hollywood. This is I think was limited edition because of how it looks on the front. And then when you open it up, you have, they're all shimmers and they all say Hollywood on them. They're very pretty. They are, I mean, if you really want to split hairs, I mean, kind of matches this. And then the Walk of No Shame, I do like. I like both of these, but I wish that I had not purchased them because that was insane. But I mean, I purchased them. I'm going to use them. I do have a lip oil. This one is from Galactic, and I just can't get past the floaty things in there. It's, I don't know if it's in, well, I'm sure it's infused with something, but it is, and it's not like the flowers are on the, like in between. No, they're in there. I mean, it's pretty. Very, very pretty, but I'm just so, I don't like the sound of it. And I'm so scared that I'm going to pull out one of these leaves. Ugh. That is the end of my regrettable purchases. I think there's nothing left in here that I regret. So, I hope you like this video. I certainly hope you do. Because it's been a while in the making. So, and I'm sure that there are others that I have left out just from sheer forgetfulness to fatigue, like I am now. Alright guys, as always, be beautiful, be kind, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.